Hi, this is Donna Walsh. In today's Delava Live session, I'm going to be talking about OTOs and upsells. Why do you want to do either one? Well, of course, it's for the money, return on investment. If you add an upsell or an OTO to your product, you're bound to sell some copies. You're not going to get 100% of your people to purchase, but a percentage of them will. And so therefore you're going to end up making more money. So you should always include either an upsell or an OTO on every one of your digital products. You cannot use an upsell with a subscription, which would be a membership. In that case, you'd need to use an OTO. And you can only use either an upsell or an OTO. You can't use both of them on Delavo. So today I'm going to talk about how to set up an OTO, how to attach an OTO to a product. I'm going to show you the entire process that the customer goes through when they purchase an OTO. I'm going to show you how to set up an upsell. I'm going to show you how to attach an upsell to a package. And then I'm going to show you the entire process that a customer will go through when they want to purchase an upsell. The first one I'm going to do is an upsell because it takes just minutes. So you're going to go onto your Delavo system. You're going to click on Store, and then you're going to click on Packages. So you must have already set up a product and a package so that you can attach an upsell to it. So I already have an example package here. In order to open up the interface, I'm going to click on the pencil icon, which will open up the edit package, and it also has a list of products that are in this package. So I want to attach an upsell here. I'm going to click on Attach Existing, and I'm going to look at what I have. I have an example upsell product that I set up, so I'm going to click on that there. And as you can see, it's now attached to my package. You can add as many upsells as you want, though I recommend that you only add a maximum of 3. And the reason for that is because people are going to get confused. They're not going to know what to purchase and what not to purchase. In order to make this product an upsell and not just another product in the package, turn on the upsell in the upsell column. And now, as you can see, the upsell is turned on. If you want that not to be an upsell, just click on off, and now it's again returns to being just another product in the package. But for today's training, I'm just going to make this an upsell. So you've got your example product, you've got an upsell product attached to it. You're going to then promote your product as you normally do. And when your customer gets to the order page, which would be here, they're going to check the My Example product, of course, which is by default checked because it's the only product. And when they go to the second order page, they just type their name in, proceed to the second order page. It has the information that they need, and it's automatically entered with my fake person, Donna Smith, because I've set up a fake person to test all of my processes. And below that, below the discount, you'll see right here that the upsell product is here. So you click on that, and you just say, Add Selected to the order. And it has been selected. You refresh, they will refresh the page. Okay, come on, low, slow computer. They will refresh the page, and here are the links that they get for the product and also the one for the upsell. And that's all there is to it, doing an upsell. Now, when should you use an upsell and when should you use an OTO? Well, as you can see, when you do an upsell product, you really don't have any way of promoting it by any means at all. There's nothing other than a description. So you can type in a description here, but you're not going to be able to show them a product page for the upsell. So I only use an upsell when it's nothing that really needs to be shown. For example, for my newsletter ebook, one of the upsells I sell is five-part email course so that they can use it to get people to join their newsletter. So I have 5 that I sell as an upsell. Well, I don't need to show a page, a promotional page for something like that. Or if I'm at another one that I'm using is for my newsletter is as an upsell is 5 templates that they can use for an online newsletter. Well, again, it's not something that I have to show them with a promotion. So those are the type of things that you want to do there. If you're doing an upsell, if you're doing an OTO, which is actually an upsell to your product where it's actually more money, maybe an upgrade to your product or something, then you want it to be able to have a more involved promotional page. So in that instance, that's when you would use an OTO. Use an upsell when you don't really need to have a promotional page. So that's how you do an upsell. And you can't do an upsell and a OTO at the same time because basically they're the same thing. And if you do the upsell when the person purchases the product with the upsell, then they're automatically they've done the system. They don't go to an OTO page. And the same thing with an OTO. If they go to a if they purchase the product and then purchase the OTO, they're unable to go to an upsell. They just go through the process of getting the OTO. So I'm going to take this upsell off here, and clicking the red X deletes the product. And the reason I'm doing that is because I'm just going to be using this same package to show you how to do an OTO. So the first thing you need to do is you need to create your product for the OTO. You need to actually create a product. So go into your product area, set up a product that's just going to be an OTO. And don't attach it to a package because the only thing you're going to do is sell it as an OTO. You're not going to sell it individually. So come into stores and set up your OTOs. You've already set up your product. Now you're going to set up the actual OTO. You're welcome, Bill. Bill has said, thanks for clarifying the differences between OTOs and upsells, and thank you. Okay, so I've set up a couple OTOs already, but I'm going to click on Add New and show you the entire process. So first of all, anything that has a red asterisk in front of it is absolutely needed. On the title page, put in what your OTO is, and in this case, I'm just going to say OTO 3. And then here's where you're going to put your description of your OTO. You're going to write what you need to do. And again, you can go into the edit HTML source to add graphics or something to it if you want to. Just if you do add graphics to it, make sure that you use the entire full path, including the HTTP colon // the name where you the URL where you uploaded the graphics / images folder, images / and then the name of the actual graphic, so that it will show up here on the OTO. If you don't do that, it's not going to show up. And of course, most people want to have graphics on their OTO. I'm not going to show any graphics here. I'm just going to show you how to set it up. If you read here on the bottom, it says you need to include payment for the yes button and next OTO for the no button. So you need to type those in. And it's just payment, a hash mark. Whoops, sorry. It's hash mark, and then the parentheses, that parentheses, I don't know which that one is called, and then you put payment, and be sure to use lowercase, and then again an ending one, and then repeat that same procedure for adding next OTO. And you need to put both of these on, and the reason is if they purchase the OTO, of course you want them to pay for it. So you need to have a link so that they go to the payment. If they say no, they don't want it, you want to offer them a downsell. So you want to do the next OTO so that they go to a downsell when they say no. So you need to include those two. And then here, there's also, if you click on this link here, it opens up a new box with all kinds of tags that you can also add to this. It has all kinds of them in there. Affiliate tag groups, customer tag group, product tag group. So it has a product, a title, anything like that that you want to add. So you can add any of these tags here also. I'm not going to do that now because this, again, is just an example. So I'm going to say my description here. And it's with graphics because I want to use a header graphic maybe. Maybe I want to use a button for graphics. So I'm going to upload the graphics. So you write your description here telling people what your OTO is, which is this description is actually your sales page for your OTO. Then you can have a button cell. You can have an HTML button. You can have an HTML link, or you can have an image button. And what changing that, if I do an image button, if I click on image button, you can see it tells me that I need to upload an image for my my button image. But we're just going to use an HTML link in this case. Then for the yes and no buttons, you add a title. This is my yes button. I'm just going to say yes. And you can add your HTML tag attributes here also. For no, you just click in no. And I usually say no thanks. And again, you can put in your HTML tag attributes. Now, the next thing you need to do is you need to either select a product that's already on your Del Lavo, or specify a URL where they can find the product. Maybe it's on a different domain. Just you need to click in, type in, select either one of these. In this case, I've set up a product, so I'm going to click on the select icon and add the product to this OTO. In this case, I set up an example OTO, and then I'm going to save this. Okay, my OTO is set up. That's all there is to it. The only time the only complicated thing, of course, is setting up your description, so that, because you're going to have to write a sales letter type and include graphics if you want. So once you have set up the OTO, go to the store, go to products, to the product that you've set up, and you want to attach the OTO to the product. So I'm going to click on my example product here. And you go down to right after the digital delivery, all the way down here, and there's a button as you can see to add one-time offers. So click on the select button and add your OTO that you want to. In this case, I'm going to say OTO 3 because I've set that one up completely. The other two I was just practicing with. So once you set up your one-time offer, you attach it to your product, save the record again. And this example product that is attached, the OTO is attached to this package, example package. So click on example package. And I'm only doing that to get the order link. So I'm going to click on order page. If you know the order page, of course, you don't have to click on that if you don't know the order page, but I'm showing you this just to show you the process. So, and you should always test your process. Every time you set up something in Delavo, test it, make sure that it works before you release it. So come here and click on the order page. And here's my example product. And I'm going to put in, again, my fake user and proceed to the checkout. Now I put that in, and of course you would have a payment information here, but I made these products free because I don't want to keep charging myself for products. So this is my test. But if there was a payment information, then your customer would fill out the payment information, and then they would be taken to the next screen before they actually get the product. And here would be your description here with graphics, and they have a yes and a no thanks. What you should do when you set up your product package, of course, is to put the tags at the end, not at the beginning like I showed you when I was setting up the product package, when I was setting up the OTO. But here would be displayed your actually sales letter for your OTO. And if you click on yes, if the customer says yes, they want it, they'll click on left. And then again, they have another option for their payment. Again, I entered it as $0 payment because I wanted them to not to I didn't want to keep charging myself. So they get the OTO. Now they're going to go to their download page. And again, they've got both links to get their products with. Oh, by the way, I forgot to tell you. When you set up your OTOs in your product, always in the packages, make sure that you enable bulk payment. Otherwise, they'll need to pay twice, and they might abandon the entire order. So you want to be able to enable bulk payments for both upsells and for OTOs. And I'll show you where that is located as soon as we get this. Okay, I'm going to show you now what happens if they said no. Now, if they say no, what you need to do because if you have a downsell, you need to attach another OTO to the product. So you need to go back to the digital delivery again and add another product here. Add another OTO. In this case, I'm going to say example. Okay. And again, you would save it. So you want to put on at least two OTOs, one for your yes and one for your no, which is actually a downsell. Okay, so again, we're going to go to the package. I'm going to click on the order page and show you, while I'm here on the package, let me show you where bulk payment is. It's right inside here on the package data. Right here is bulk payment. You click on the select icon. A box opens up with the payment processors on your Delavo system. Choose a payment option that you want to use, and it will show up here on the bulk payment. And that way your customer will be able to, they'll get both of theirs on the download page at one time. They'll have a bulk payment option where they have the bulk payment. So let's go down to the order page. And again, put in my fake person. Proceed to checkout. They pay for the product. And then they say no. They chose no, they don't want this particular product. And I didn't put a link here. I have no deliverables defined by the product because I didn't put any deliverables in that particular package. But if I had, it would show up here for the downsell. And that's all there is to setting up a upsell and a downsell. Very easy. Again, most of the time is going to be spent actually writing your sales pages for your OTOs. And that's how you set up an upsell and a downsell. Really easy, right? So does anybody have any questions about an OTO or an upsell while I'm doing it? No? Okay, then I'm going to stop the recording.